So I just thought that, you know, it's time for me to be honest with you guys. I should just be open and completely transparent. So I'm filming in my own room now. I got a light so I can finally film in here and not have to like work around my sister's sleeping schedule to film in her room. Shout out to Eddie for the light. That's, you know, that's my life update for today. See you next week. I'm kidding. So for today's video, I have some summer favorites that I grouped together for you guys. I have some beauty products, shows I've been watching, some music, and then of course, like just things that have happened this summer that have been like my highlights. So I guess we'll just get into it. So first up for beauty, during this time of season, during this, you know, during summer, my skin tends to get really oily because, you know, normally in the winter it gets dry and in the summer it gets really oily. So the primer that I've been using is Fenty, the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. I don't have on foundation right now because I didn't feel like doing all that, but I do have on this primer and I noticed a change. Like as soon as I put it on, it goes on really nice and smooth and it just makes my skin look better. The next thing is also a big deal for me because it is the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil with the spoolie on one side and then the little stick thing on the other side. If you have been watching my videos, you know, ever since I started wearing makeup in 2015, I haven't been allowed to do my eyebrows. Victoria, finally, my sister, if you don't know, finally is allowing me to do my eyebrows. So once I learn, it's over. And my last favorite has to do a little bit with, you know, this glow going on here. I'm using right now the Urban Decay Afterglow Highlighter Palette. I don't even know if you can see it because the light's probably reflecting it really bad. But Lane got this for me as a graduation gift because she knows that I love to glow like the star that I am. This is what the palette looks like right now. On my cheeks, I have Not Safe for Work. I love it a lot. Usually I use the Fenty highlighter, but like sometimes that can be a little bit overpowering. So this is more of like a neutral, subtle glow, and I like it a lot. I'm gonna be reaching for it a lot this summer. Now moving on to shows. The only new show that I've been watching this summer, okay, it's not new. It's not new at all, but it's new for me. The Office, obviously I know, okay, I know. The Office came out in like 2005, but I've always been more of a Parks and Recreation kind of gal. You know, I still am. Pawnee has my heart, but I just felt so excluded because I felt like I was the only person not watching The Office, and I've tried to watch it before and I just couldn't get into it. It took me a long time. Like I couldn't find the humor in it. Season 1 and season 2 were kind of rough, but now I'm on like season 5 and I love it. It's all I've been watching besides Rick and Morty, but yeah, that's just it. So The Office is the show that I've been watching. That's my only show that I have for you for summer. If you have any other suggestions for shows to watch, please leave them down below because I'm not doing much this summer and I'm trying to fill my time watching as many movies and TV shows as possible. Leave some suggestions and I'll watch them. I'll even do a let's talk about them, you know, bring some of those back because it's been a little bit since I've done one of those. Yeah. What I'm so excited for is music. For the longest time, I wasn't finding any new music to listen to and it was like seriously depressing me because I mean, as much as I can listen to an album over and over and over again, I love finding new music and I was struggling for a long time. But last night, I tend to find music when I like least expect it. Last night I was in a really bad mood because of my parents. So I was just on Apple Music, you know, you can follow me if you want. I was on Apple Music and one of my friends that I follow, I actually don't know her, but I found her on Tumblr. I was like going through what she listens to and we have a lot of the same taste in music. So I was listening to one of her playlists and I discovered Roy Blair at like 2 in the morning last night. And I've just been listening to him ever since. He is amazing, 10 out of 10. I need to stop saying that. The first 2 songs I heard were Thunder and Jane, which are like my 2 favorites. But then I listened to the whole album, Cat Heaven, and I love the whole thing. And he reminds me of Rex Orange County, which is someone I've also been listening to a lot lately. This is my favorite song called Jane. person I want to see in concert who I've been listening to a lot recently is James Bay, because his new album Electric Light came out and it is so good. My favorite song on the album is Just for Tonight, because it just like, I feel like the song just encapsulates like summer and just like being free and rebellious. Like whenever I hear it, like this little movie plays of like teenage rebels like running off at night and like sneaking out and like living their best lives.
Waking up in the middle of the night, blurry eyes into my telephone light. Just for tonight, forget who we are, give up and ignite. I was you rock, was it just some joke? If I come looking, would you even know? Don't get right back, just for tonight.
Lastly, someone I also want to see in concert. Okay, if you can't tell, I love concerts. They just make me feel alive. They're the best thing in the world. Someone else I want to see in concert is Playboi Carti, and I have been listening to his album a lot. My favorite song, Fell in Love, featuring Bryson Tiller, it's the best song on the album. Like no one can tell me anything. It's the best song on the album.
I fell in love, oh my God, fell in love with the love. Girl, you fine and yeah, you fine. That's why you tan like diamond. I treat you like my last dime, go broke, no joke.
Those are some of my music favorites for the summer. Now, I'll move on to my most favorite part of this video, which are my non-tangible favorites. So some things that have happened to me this summer so far. I graduated high school. If you haven't seen that vlog, it's linked down below. I went to Canada, you know, saw Harry Styles. If you haven't seen that, also linked down below. And I just want to talk about that one more time because I mean, it's crazy that I got to see him, and I don't think I'll ever shut up about it. It was the most amazing experience of my life. And I know I seem kind of, that vlog didn't even encapsulate the emotions I truly felt, because we went to Canada for a funeral, okay? And it was my first funeral. I was just emotionally drained and kind of shocked. And it's just such a sad, draining environment. And like having that in the morning and then going to see him at night, it was like weird trying to balance the two. But like, don't get me wrong, I was thrilled. I was having a time of my life, so that happened. Also, Lane and I went to see The Neighborhood. It was the day after I got back from Canada, which was like 3 days after the Harry concert. It was really fun. I'm glad we got to see them live. It was an interesting day. It was super hot. It was like 100 degrees that day. And then it rained. And then like when we were getting in line for the concert, all this wind picked up and it was like a sandstorm. Like it was the most random, bizarre weather that day. There was like dirt all over our faces and like dirt in our mouths, and I just felt so like crusty and disgusting. And then we were like wet from the rain. And then Jesse wasn't that enthusiastic that night. I don't know if he just like wasn't feeling it, but yeah, I was kind of salty because like 2 days later he was like in Ohio like climbing on the ceiling and like stage diving, and for our concert he was like barely even singing. But you know, that's cool. I get it. Everyone has their days. I can't wait for more things to happen this summer. I'm going to Texas this Friday. I'm going to New York like next week. I just keep traveling with my parents, as always, you know. And I can't wait to vlog those things and like make videos about those too. So stay tuned for that. That's all for this video. If you want to subscribe, click the box down below. You know what to do. If you feel like turning my post notifications on, feel free to do that as well. Comment down below what your favorite thing this summer has been so far. Also TV shows and movies I need to watch, because I need to watch more. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.